If you already guessed what today's video is all about, then congratulations, you were totally correct. But if none of you guys out there has ever heard of Max Payne, well, believe me, you're going to get a very big dose of it today. Hi everybody, I'm Sierra, and welcome to the third chapter in my Retro Classic series, where I talk about games from my childhood that totally impacts me today. So, today is all about Max Payne, and I wanted to show you guys the reason why I chose this game. Max Payne was a great game growing up in my childhood. I remember coming home from school every single day playing this game, and I loved every minute of it. Not only it was a third-person shooter, but it had a lot of awesome features that I truly loved about it. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I'm talking about and also provide gameplay for the game as well. Are you guys ready? Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Before we get started with today's video, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Alright guys, so starting off from the main menu, I wanted to show you what you can do. So tutorial is to teach you how to play the game, and it teaches you how to shoot and everything. New game, you play with one of these different difficulties, and you have your New York Minute and stuff like that, like the other Max Paynes. Load level, you can choose any chapter that you have played, replay each chapter that you want to, play the prologue to the parts, since there's 3 parts of this game. Options menu, you have your sound options, your game options, your control options, and even the ability to show your controller. And so yeah, it will show the controls for you. You can change it if you want to, and there's the credits and so on. So here's what happens in Max Payne. So Max Payne was originally a New York police detective, and he went fugitive after his wife and baby girl were murdered by a bunch of junkies, hired by a woman named Nicole Horn. And I'll show you who she is in a few minutes. But after his wife and baby girl gets murdered, he turns fugitive and he eliminates anyone that gets literally in his way. And that's where part of this game really goes intense right there. So it's pretty sad in some ways, but then it gets pretty intense most of the time. And yeah, lots of junkies ends up breaking into his house and just kills his wife and baby girl. And his wife, named Michelle, yeah, she's literally on the bed dead. And Max is just in horror about it, and he just goes undercover to track down the people responsible for their deaths. So yeah, that's where this whole game starts off, and that was like 3 years prior to the beginning of the game. So you go into different places. The next chapters, you go to Roscoe Street Station, you go to New York streets, you go to a level where a facility where it's set to explode, and I just like it every time. When you really get into the game, there's lots of ways to like eliminate your enemies. You can shoot them with pistols, throw grenades at them, do whatever you want to do in this game, and I just love the freedom that it gives you in this game. And but you do have to be careful in the game because ammo is pretty scarce in the game. So you got to be careful with your bullets, because every time you run out of bullets, sometimes you just, you you have trouble trying to find more ammo. And sometimes it does get a little annoying on that part. But other than that, when you play the levels more and more, you get better weapons and you get better arson, better armory and stuff like that. So you get Molotov cocktails, you can have grenades, Colt Commander, which is an AR, Sniper Rifle, which is really awesome, kills an enemy in one shot, and that's just one of my favorite weapons. And the coolest part about the Sniper Rifle is that when you shoot the enemies and stuff, it does like a Sniper Elite thing where the bullet shows and then it will like go slow and then it will go fast towards the enemy, kills them instantly. That's just one of my favorite things about this game is the weapons. The other thing too is the gameplay. Like there's many times where you can do dodge shooting, but you do have to be careful of your like health and stuff, because if it goes all the way in the red all the way up, then Max is dead. So be sure to use painkillers. There are painkillers all around in different levels. You gotta look in bathrooms, walls. They'll be in like these little cabinets and stuff. Pretty much that's how it works in Max Payne, and that's just what I like about it. Everything in the game is very interactable. So you push a button, you answer a phone, you can touch a switch, you can do everything in this game, even open a door, and so on. Another thing you have to do too is figure out who killed your partner Alex, and yeah, Max's partner Alex ends up getting murdered, and so yeah, it's very tough and stuff because you really do you do get out of nowhere. Sometimes you don't know where to go, and you just gotta experiment around and everything. Max Payne also has a lot of bosses and stuff like that. There's these guys right here. Their famous line is "pain in the butt," haha, pain in the max, junk squat, and that's what they like to say. That's what they say. That's their famous line in the game, and so there's a lot of interaction in the game. So whether you're at the enemy's desk or something and there's a letter, you pick it up and then there's like a cutscene. So there's not cutscenes like actual cutscenes or comic strip type cutscenes like this. And then there's like a whole bunch of different situations. But there are some situations where you can end up getting killed. And like for this, for example, I made the biggest mistake of going back in there. I like blowing things up sometimes with those tanks right there. So yeah, I made a total mistake doing that. And one of the coolest things is like wherever you go in the game, it could be a facility, it could be the streets of New York, it could be like a apartment building, all that stuff. You have there's lots of ways you can kill the enemies. So just experiment around with different things. Now, when I mentioned earlier about why this influenced my childhood, well, number one, the series was amazing to me. I mean, I didn't really care about the cutscenes. I didn't care if it had the comic strip stuff on it, but I really did like the way that it played. I loved every minute I spent with this game. It's just an amazing game overall. So there's different characters, different different weapons to experiment around with, as I mentioned earlier, but you have to like be very quick at it because you don't know if the enemy's gonna just pop in at you and all that, because if you're not careful then you're dead. And so yeah, that's literally what happens. Now, some of the funniest things I have noticed back then is the faces. So, like, say for example, some of the enemies, they shoot you, their faces change, and then it goes back to normal. So, you need to pay attention to that next time. So, I'll show you in just a few minutes on that. When you see a enemy named Vinny Cogniti, he goes up into his lift and he shoots Max. He tries to kill Max, and then his face just changes every time he shoots. So that's just one of the most hilarious things I've seen. I've seen that on a game. But yeah, this is just some of the reasons why I love the game so much. Is that it makes me laugh sometimes. But other than that, the game has its own way. As I mentioned, the piano, you can interact with it. It plays a Max Payne theme, and you can interact with pretty much everything. A water cooler that's in some of the levels, it just bubbles up on you. You can flush a toilet, activate a sink, do all that stuff. There's just a lot of interaction that can happen. Um, it would be kind of cool though, like you can do a little bit more exploring. There is some secrets in the game that you can find in a level sometimes, but it depends if you can find all of them. What I mean by that is there's a couple of like secret areas, and it's got some weapons or something that you didn't know would you didn't know was in the game or something, or you get early. So yeah, you can get weapons early like the sniper or the Colt Commando or any of those things. Now, there are some intense moments in the game, like for example, this truck that gets rammed by a car and everything, then explodes and everything. That's just some of the best parts about it, is the explosive explosions in the game. Pretty good. And the other thing too is like this right here. See, the character Vinny Cogniti, his face just you know smiles, but then it goes normal. There's even Jack Lupino. There's another boss that you also have to defeat in the game. He's completely a psychopath. But other than that, the game has a lot of moments, and going into a place, and sometimes even you have to have another you have to talk to another character in the game to see if they can open up that door for you, like this what happened here. And then in the level called Project Valhalla, so you have to like totally interact with other characters, to get the doors open for you. So for this next part, you guys, I'm gonna be quiet for a few minutes so that way you can watch this one part that I played at, and it's Project Valhalla level, and you're in this facility and they trigger a self-destruct thing, so just watch it and I'll be back in a moment. Enjoy, guys. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. So, as I was mentioning, that was my favorite level right there in the game, and it was very intense right there. And I died a couple of times by accident, so that's literally what happens right there. Is that you gotta make your way in, and then quickly get out of there on the other side, just like what I did. So that's what happened. So anyway, guys, I'm in the garage and I gotta make my way to Acer Incorporation. So another thing I wanted to mention to you guys, Max Payne's wife Michelle worked for a company called Acer Incorporation, and Acer was a drug lab corporation, and they produced a drug called Valkyr. So I think what happened was Michelle discovered something that she wasn't supposed to, and ended up getting killed. So I think that's what happened with Michelle, and why she was murdered, and it was all because of Nicole Horn. Nicole Horn is the reason why she was killed in the first place. And so yeah, that's pretty much why Max's wife was killed, was because she probably discovered something she wasn't supposed to. And the other reason why was because Michelle quit her job because of her baby. So yeah, that's the other reason why. And how do I know this? Because I watched the 2013 movie of the same name, Max Payne, and it had Mark Wahlberg that played as Max Payne. But some of it isn't based on the game. It's based on its own story, but some of it was the same as the game. But other than that, this game was the real story that Sam Lake wrote and produced and everything. He actually wrote the Max Payne game and everything. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So the woman on the left is Nicole Horn. She's the one that killed Max's wife. She sent many men to break into their house and eliminate, try to eliminate all three of them. But really, it was targeted on Michelle and their baby. So, yeah, that's pretty much why all of it is making more sense. But when you really get into the game, it gets a little bit slow. It is a little bit slow, but other than that, yeah, when you really move up, then you'll have better weapons, and you'll start to understand the story more. I'm not going to totally spoil the game for you guys that hasn't probably played the game yet. But if you have a PS2 or a Xbox, Windows, whatever, really give this game a try. Even try out the other two Max Paynes as well, because believe me, the series is awesome. But last but not least, I wanted to show you guys this. Nicole Horn was on a helicopter. She gets on a helicopter on the roof of Acer Corporation. So what you have to do is you shoot the wires off of the sides of the rooftop, and then down comes this like tower, and it will knock onto the helicopter, and the helicopter and the helipad goes down with them. So yeah, Max finally avenges his wife by killing her, and on top of that, I think I think that this whole game was amazing. I was kind of shocked at the ending when I was younger because I did not expect that ending, honestly. But I think it was awesome, honestly. But anyway, you guys, I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in my video. I do apologize if things slowed down, but I am finally back online, you guys, and I will bring another video very, very soon. And I hope that you guys will like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time on Bread TV Plays. Good night, everybody. Everybody, Sierra here, and right before we do end this video, first of all, I want to thank you for watching my video. Um, Doing this video, it took me a while. Um, Second of all, I wanted to do this last bit of the video and do a tribute, because since Max Payne and stuff, we've lost the actor who played as him last year. On December the 15th, 2023, James McCaffrey passed away at the age of 65 from cancer. He was battling the cancer for like 5 years now, and he lost his battle. And it affected me. I think it affected many of you. If you don't know who he is, he was also on the TV show Rescue Me. He played as a character named Jimmy. So if you guys know who that is, then, well, you'll see his face and you'll recognize him. But yeah, James McCaffrey was a part of the Max Payne community ever since 2001. He was in the first Max Payne, the second Max Payne, the third Max Payne, did the voice for him, and absolutely great at what he did. Sam Lake was the model of Max Payne in the first game. Second and third game, different. But other than that, the series has really put a big influence on me, and it's kind of sad that we lost a great actor that was a part of not only my childhood, but the gaming community as well. Um, so I ask you guys that are watching this video, if you guys didn't know about any of this, then I wanted to do a tribute in his memory. And not only that, but I also wanted to let you all know what is some of your all's favorite childhood games growing up. And I also want to know what's your favorite moments in Max Payne. And just let me know in the comments. I want to get to know you guys more. Um, I really, I really ain't that. I really like to get to know each one of you all. You all are my subscribers, part of a community, and we all should get to know each other. So, let me know down in the comments. Put hashtag Max Payne, and also let me know what your favorite memories of your childhood are when it comes to gaming. So, thank you all for tuning in for this last minute thing, and I will see you guys next time on my channel, Red TV Plays. See you guys.
final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over.